Welcome. We are continuing our series on the high priest breastplate, the camp of the saints. And so in this video, we're talking about his crown. And please forgive us for our humble attempts at representing these things, but we find it necessary to do so because we don't see anybody that is more skilled at this that's done it, where we can just do a Google search and find the high priest breastplate or find Alpha and Omega's crown with 12 gemstones on it. So anyway, we have talked about the camp of the saints. We have talked about the high priest breastplate. And in this one, we want to take a moment to discuss the crown. Now, as you can see, our view of the high priest breastplate is that the gemstones are in the cardinal points like this. And of course, if we were to take this and we were to view it flat, as you can see, what we believe is that the crown is doing the same thing, is that you have gemstones. Instead of going in a square, a head is round, in that you would do the same thing. In that you can see we have the gemstones represented. Okay, and these are according to Revelation 12. Okay, so there are 12 foundations in New Jerusalem, and basically we've placed those gemstones. The first one is jasper. Then the next one is, I forget, chalcedony, okay, emerald, okay, anyway, you could probably see them actually better than me. But we go around with the 12 gemstones in New Jerusalem, and what we believe is that that is what his crown does. Just like the high priest breastplate, okay, Christ does not have a breastplate with the 12 gemstones representing the 12 tribes. What we believe is that the arrangement here, instead of being on the breastplate, is represented in his crown as it goes around, and that the gemstones of the foundations of New Jerusalem and the 12 gates are also the gemstones on his crown. And so we seek in this video to go through how we have come to this conclusion. Basically, one of our main texts, we're going to go through many texts here, is Zechariah in the ESV, chapter 9, verse 16. It says, "In that day, the Lord their God will save them," will save these people, save them as a flock of his people, for like the jewels of a crown. Okay, so people are the jewels in his crown. People, the flock. Okay, and we've looked at how the camp of the saints, all right, is the order of the 12 tribes around the ark. Okay, and you know, he is the head of the ecclesia, and then he is going to have a crown with jewels on it, or gemstones. And we believe the same thing, that the people are represented in those gemstones. "For they will be stones of a crown," in the King James, "lifted up as an ensign on the land." So clearly what it's saying there is that the flock that he has saved and that he has gathered, they are not literally people on a crown. They are represented as stones, as precious stones, as gemstones, as jewels on his crown, just like the high priest's breastplate represented the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. Okay, and so who are these people? Where do we see this? Okay, he will save them as a flock, as his people. And what it may be is that what it's talking about here in verse 16 of Zechariah 9, when he said, I have bent Judah for me, and I have filled the bow of Ephraim. So there we get Judah and Ephraim as representing the tribes, and then it talks about the flock of his people saving him. So there It could be that those tribes are the gemstones, the people of his flock that are in his crown. As well, Isaiah talks about people is his crown. Isaiah 62, verse 3. You shall be as a crown of beauty in the hand of Yahweh, a royal diadem in the hand of your God. Okay, a crown in the hand of Yahweh. So it's, again, people are in the crown. In the previous video, we talked about the camp of David and how David conquered a certain area over in modern-day Jordan, which we know is Rabbah, okay, and took from the king his crown. And we know that there is a significance of this crown because 1 Chronicles chapter 20, verse 2, and if we look closely, David took the Aleph Tav. We have an Aleph Tav before the word crown in the Hebrew. The word for crown in Hebrew is atara. Okay, took the crown of the king from off his head, and he found the weight of the gold that was in this crown to be a talent of gold. And there were precious stones, okay, in the crown. And it was set upon David's head. So David is a type and shadow here in this situation of Alpha and Omega being crowned, okay, with his crown. And so it's a talent of gold, and there are precious